Gary Nickerson,
And I'm Quinn Taggart.
and this is Outside My Window.
The Burlington, Ontario Lakeshore Rotary Club held the first Ribfest in 1996, simply called Ribfest. Within 5 years, the festival had expanded to include ribs from 12 traveling rib teams, and by 2004, their festival anticipated serving 150,000 people, eating in excess of 36 metric tons of ribs. Across Canada, Ribfests have become one of the tastier projects that the local Rotary clubs have taken on as part of their fundraising activities. Locally, the Rotary Club of Yarmouth uses Ribfest as a vehicle for their support towards organizations that help alleviate food insecurity. Linda DeVoe is co-chair of the Ribfest committee along with Paul Comeau, and she took a moment to chat with us about the 2023 Ribfest event. So Linda is co-chair for the Yarmouth Rotary Ribfest. How did the Rotary become involved with that?
Well, Ribfest seems to be a Rotary thing. So right across the country, right across North America, most of the Ribfests are sponsored by Rotary clubs, and we knew that, we were aware of that, we're comfortable with that. And then previously, when Mr. Keith Condon had the Ribfest, and it was originally brought to town through the Mariner Center, he reached out and was going to retire from the Ribfest event and offered it to Rotary. We had looked at the Ribfest event originally when it was first looking to come to town, and we were in a transitional stage with the Rotary Club. We had older members. We had a couple of other projects on the go. We knew it was a massive undertaking, and we just didn't feel we were in position to accept the offer at that time. It then ended up here in our community through the Mariner Center, and they had history with it. And then when they were looking to retire from the event, then Rotary was once again approached, and we felt we were in a position to now accept the offer. We had discussions with Halifax Rotary Ribfest and Sydney Rotary Ribfest and some of the Rotary Ribfests in New Brunswick. So we had gotten some background there. The club was fully engaged, and we just put Ribfest number 2 of Rotary Ribfest into the books, and we're planning for number 3.
So is there a formula to this, or are you always kind of evolving a little bit and looking for different little things that you can do to attract people into the site?
We want it to be a food event, a food and family. So that was something we had looked at, right out of the gate. Some Ribfests rely more on a later evening event and nighttime entertainment. That was something we decided that we weren't going to go in that direction, that we were going to stay with sort of a daytime, lunchtime, supper time, family event. And we like that. The customers like that. The ribbers like that. And we have wonderful places to go in the evening around our community. And, we encourage when Ribfest shuts down at 10 o'clock. And we've seen it sort of slowly empty out anytime after 9, to be honest with you. And then, folks can head for home if you're not in this community and you've got a bit of a drive, or you can, head to your campsite and put the campfire on, or you can head down to one of the social places that we have here in our community and continue your evening. So it's all, it's all what we would like to do and what we've seen, and that's working well for us.
Now, the Ribfest started out at the waterfront, ended up at the Mariner Center parking lot area, and now it's kind of settled in on what we would consider to be the exhibition grounds. Is that the right spot?
Oh, we love it there. Yes, that is definitely the right spot. It's so easy for people to come in and park in the parking spaces, and then walk over to the exhibition, the exhibition ground area. It is all enclosed fence-wise, so that's a great security point for us. You have your choices of some grass area, some gravel area. That's good for cleanup. The visibility is amazing because we as organizers can literally stand anywhere sort of in the circular perimeter, and we can see what's happening. If there are any issues, we can immediately respond. And, people have been going to the sort of fun, festive, fair, family-type event of the exhibition for over 100 years. So they are knowledgeable of that, of the location, of the parking, and then the activities. So we're very comfortable there. And the Mariner Center has been wonderful to work with.
What about music? Is that still going to be part of the overall program?
Yes, we enjoy having the music, and of course this year we've got the Acadian Congrès coming up, so we'll have our Acadian Day on Saturday, which will even have a bit more energy and activity, focusing on moving into August with the Congrès, and we like our theme days, and we like that music as a part of that, and again, people, family, children, everyone seems to enjoy that.
So, Linda, an event like this, even though it's got some history, doesn't happen without sponsors and doesn't happen without volunteers. So, just want to give you an opportunity to give a shout out to your sponsors from 2023.
Oh, that's so kind of you. We were very thrilled to have the McCarran Auto Group come on board for 2023 as our presenting sponsor, and they were active and engaged, and we certainly appreciated their support. Our theme days, we have a sponsor for each theme day. So we had Coastal Restoration Society, we had Coastal Financial Credit Union, and we had Canadian Tire as our day sponsors. Our zone sponsors were Y95 CJLS, TriStar, V&R Traps, the Municipality of Argyle, and the Municipality of Clare. And the zones are like the Kids Zone, the Music Zone, the River Zone. So we have sponsors for each of those areas. Our award-winning green team sponsors, we had Leon's, Yarmouth Mall, Graham Construction, Rod Grand Yarmouth, Hood Fraser D'Entremont, Spears and McLeod PharmaSave, White Perkins Accounting, and In Focus Optical. So they assisted with sponsorship on our green team and their supplies. Our Ribfest partners were Dancor, the Town of Yarmouth, the Municipality of Yarmouth, and K. Anthony Landscaping and Snowplowing and Construction and all the things that K. Anthony does. So those were our Ribfest partners. And then we also had Ribfest supporters, Grant Thornton, Topline Industrial, Nickerson Jacquard Russell, Carl Store, Heritage Brewing, Pink Star Barrow, Cooperators Insurance, Boats Keg, and Yarmouth Petrocan. So a big shout out to all of our amazing sponsors and supporters.
And as we say many, many, many times when we talk with folks that are doing festivals and the like, support local. These are the people that are helping make these events happen.
100%. These are the folks that they are your neighbors. They hire your family members, and they sponsor your sports teams, and they'll fund music programs, and they are active and engaged members of the community. So you want to support them as they support us.
Now, as it comes to volunteers, I mean, your green team, they were doing a stellar job of sorting all of the food and other waste. I mean, that's got to be a huge undertaking, given the type of event that we're talking about.
They literally move tons of garbage, recycling, oil waste, the food oil, and then the organic waste, and that is one comment that we've heard repeatedly over the past 2 years from customers is that how clean the site is, how clean things are. They keep things clean. So we've commented on how often that gets commented, because we're thinking, gee, maybe in other places that doesn't happen. So we must stand out as being different that way. And we're very pleased to say that they were nominated and were the winners of a MOBIS award this year for what they do for the recycling and the environment and keeping things green. So that was a big banquet in Halifax. and we had representatives there to accept the award on behalf of the Green Team and Yarmouth Rotary Ribfest.
It's those little things that can make or break an experience event. And you can go to the point where, all right, you show up, you get your chicken and ribs, you leave, and you go home. It's no different than picking up takeout at anywhere else in town. But this sort of festival is more of an experience event in my mind.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the interaction, the conversation, the smells, the sights, the music, the saying hello to your neighbor. That's the full experience of it. That old time country county fair type of feel to it. I mean, takeout is great, no problem there. Appreciate everyone bringing their business. And if you're on the way to the cottage or on the way to the the camper, please, come on in and grab some food to take and share. And but if you have time to actually sit and eat, there's something special about the energy there.
So, Linda, as part of the Ribfest, the proceeds from the event were distributed to a bunch of local charities, and your theme, of course, is food insecurity. So, why don't you give us a sense of where your donations went this year?
Okay, thank you very much for that. Again, with our most thankful and graciousness to our sponsors and our customers who came out, we were in a position to donate about $20,000 back into the community for food insecurity type projects and programs. So, the food bank, $2,500, the fuel bank, $2,500, the Boys and Girls Club, who do our Green Team, and our Roots and Boots 4-H Club, who again partner on the Green Team, they each got $3,000 for their youth programs. The Shift House is doing a garden project. The Clare Food Bank and École Secondaire de Clare breakfast program, all three of them each got $1,000. Southwest Nova Mental Health, they have a coffee chat program, $750. The Community Christmas Dinner got $750. The Argyle Schools collectively have a breakfast program, and they got $2,400. $1,500 to the town of Yarmouth, 100 meals. We do a Maple Grove cooking class in the school, $1,000 there, teaching young people about nutrition and cooking. Port Maitland School breakfast program got $500, and the NSCC Burridge Food Pantry Free Store got $700. So that's kind of a breakdown of where that money went. And then, of course, Ground Search and Rescue is their parking, and they get donations and a toonie parking fee. So they raised over $8,000. And the Yarmouth Lions Club was also with us doing a 50-50 draw. So they got about $1,500 plus for the weekend. And then we did have some excess beverages of pop and water of approximately about $2,000 worth. And we've spread that around the community to various, the Hope Center and the Aiden's Place and other. There's some, I think Seafest got some, and the J Strong tournament. So we just let people know that we had some pop and water available, and got that amongst the community. So nothing goes to waste; everything gets used.
Mayor Mood, the unofficial start of summer is Ribfest, and then we've got festivals coming out of our ears for the rest of the summer. Must really feel good to be back to almost normal.
It does, and you can tell by the people that are showing up. There's been thousands here at Ribfest. I'm sitting here as a judge, so pretty excited, but people want to get out and about, and the weather's cooperating, so looking forward to actually tens of thousands more on our streets.
Music and food seem to be a common element in a lot of the festivals. This is a perfect weekend.
It's absolutely who we are here in southwestern Nova Scotia. Food and music, giant-size kitchen parties. Let's do it all.
Now, coming up next year is going to be the Congrès. That's going to be a heck of a good time.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. That's a shining star in the future, and we can all look forward to that. Lots of work, lots of volunteers, so really excited to see the crowds from that.
Think maybe you'll grab a few of your counselors and do some karaoke?
Well, gosh, I got myself a guitar and a banjo. Maybe I just will do that. I can't promise what you'll get, but why not?
Speaking with Paul Comeau, co-chair for the Ribfest Committee for the Rotary. Paul, give us a sense of what's going to happen with the judging.
Well, we have 5 people that are judging today, and basically they are judging judging the sauce as far as the smell, flavor, aftertaste, thickness, and color. They are judging the chicken, appearance, taste, moisture, tenderness, overall impression. They are judging the ribs, appearance, taste, moisture, tender texture, and overall impression. So that's the basics of the judging today. So we've picked 5 judges. Pam Moods here, our mayor, and we have Rick Doucette from Coastal Credit Union, who is one of our day sponsors. We have Matt McCarron here. Matt McCarron is with the McCarron Auto Group, and they have Yarmouth Nissan, they have Thistle Hyundai, Smith & Watt, Chrysler and Barrington, and they're our presenting sponsor. We're very, very grateful to have seen them step up to the plate here. We have David Clayton, who is representing the Yarmouth Mariners Center. Dave will possibly add a little color to the event. And the last one we have is Earl Hope, because one of our day sponsors here this year for the first time was Coastal Restoration Services. So they were a Friday day sponsor. So those are our 5 judges. So we're looking to have an interesting competition. Every year when we do this, we'll come out with the results much later in the afternoon. And we do have the ribbers are very interested in the results. We get a little crowd when the results are announced. There's also a People's Choice Award, so people have been here for the past 3 days. They've had ballots, and they've been able as well to put some ballots in and vote for what the People's Choice Award is. So that's another award that we'll be giving out at that time.
So this is all on a point system, and it's blind as well, right? It's
totally blind. We have to be as secretive as we can. We have to make sure that no favoritism is shown, and we have 5 judges, of course, so very hard to have a tie, right? So yeah, it's blind, and the ribbers get into it. They're excited about it, and they're anxious to see the results. It becomes something that they use when they go from one place to another, as far as their promoting of what they've won in all of the rib fests all over the country, really.
Hey everybody. Hope everyone's having a good time. I'm Linda. I'm co-chair of the Ribfest, and my partner in crime, co-chair Paul, is just over there to the other side of the stage. And we had 5 great judges representing our sponsors and our mayor from the town. They took this, as they do every year, with intensity and seriousness. So you might notice the excellent hardware this year. It is electronically charged, shall we say. So you all get a little remote to play with. And when it gets a little darker tonight, your trophies are going to light up. So you can pick what color, you can slow fade, you can flash. Enjoy. So we're going to start with the first runner-up for the sauce, and that goes to Pistol Pete. $197.25 points. So you know the judges were picking them apart. And the winner of the sauce for this year with 205 points, 0.5 is Camp 31. Then we went on to the chicken. So the first runner-up with a score of 431 is Texas Rangers. And the winner of the chicken is, with a score of 438.5, is Billy Bones. Now with the ribs, our first runner-up with a score of 449.5 is Pistol Pete. And the winner of this year's ribs with a score of 459 is Krabby's. Now, we decided last year, with the help of our green team extraordinaire, that we were going to present a Greenest Truck Award for the truck that was the most environmentally conscious. Kevin is the sole dictatorial judge on this, so you can discuss who won with him later, and I'm going to give him the mic.
So, of course, the two guys that we started this with last year was Andrew and Ryan. Of course, neither guys are here this year. We wanted to have some fun with them this year because last year they kind of egged each other on to keep clean. This year we had a close between two for most of the weekend, but this year, top one was Billy Bones.
So this is our inaugural Green Truck Award. And then, of course, we encourage our guests to fill out their ballots throughout the weekend. We've had our district governor from Rotary work in the crowd yesterday, handing out ballots, some Acadian representatives. We've had more of our staff and volunteers today. So we got a good selection of ballots from our customers. And this year's People's Choice Award goes to Creddies. So thanks, everybody. Stay hydrated and enjoy the rest of Rotary Ribfest for 2023.
And, you know, anytime you're dealing with an outdoor event, of course, you've got to have your fingers crossed for the weather. But you guys have been pretty lucky to last, too.
We got very lucky. It was wonderful, year number one to have that good weather for the 3 days and for the setup and the takedown, so we could really get an understanding and a feel. And then again last year, the same. We had good weather for setup, takedown, all 3 days of the Ribfest. So we could apply what we learned in year one and then see the gauge and the, sort of trajectory of where we're going, and then moving into year three, we can now set some further budgets and some purchases, and we feel we've got a good handle on numbers now.
Excellent. Have you got dates in mind yet for this coming summer?
Yes, for 2024, Rotary Yarmouth Ribfest will take place July 5th to the 7th. So that's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I'm Gary Nickerson,
And I'm Quinn Taggart.
and this has been Outside My Window.